We're here for Week 5 of EA Sports College Football. It's the UCF Knights and the Houston Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Thanks, guys. The Cougars head coach told me one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Knights will kick off first, and here we go. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Houston's offense will have the football first. And here comes Keyshawn Henderson, a freshman prospect from Texas. He had a tough game in that loss last time out. 3 times he threw picks and only 1 touchdown pass. Running inside, it's Hughes.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Off the boot, looking for his man. He'll throw it. A strike downfield. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And the Cougars peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Using his legs, it's Hughes. Maybe a crease. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards and they'll move the chains.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Looking down the middle. Complete to the left. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Running the red zone, it's Hughes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jackson. The Knights offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. Duke Watson, what a game he had last time out. Found Pater 3 times, just under 100 yards in their win.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been the running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this.
Leaping grab for a big gain. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Yeah, and this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long. Containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The Knights send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop it.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Looking to throw for it. On the move, he fires. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come-to-Jesus with their defensive coordinator.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On the move. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Henderson. Here's the pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Making side adjustments here. The run inside. It's Sanford. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Makes the grab. At the 45, on his way. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Houston is moving it quickly down the field. On the ground, it's Hughes. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Broussard. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running inside. It's Hughes. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. And a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. What a grab with one hand.
Can we just talk about how ridiculous of a catch that was? That was unbelievable. The receiver just sticks his paw out, snags the ball. That is incredible hand strength.
Going to the run, it's Hughes. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Back to throw, it's Henderson. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Breaks into the open. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Knights! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Coming out with it, it's Drake. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Houston offense out and ready to go. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Dropping back, it's Henderson. Fires to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And this offense has got to find a way to get some gimmies, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense, because it's just boom or bust. There's not a lot of consistency. They got to put some first downs together, put some drives together, be more consistent.
They get to him as he throws. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive.
Got a little grass. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You got to be impressed with this offense and how they've been able to run the football and move it down the field, just being more physical in the trenches and getting some push. And leading by 3 right now down here in the red zone on 3rd down, I'm not so sure they won't run it again or give it to their running back in space and see if he can make something good happen.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Put 6 on the board. They'll try to add another to their lead.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for on that play.
And they tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The short hands, it's Thomas. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. To throw, it's Barnett. Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed behind the line. It's Watson. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield, it's Henderson. Right down the middle. Got a man, it's Walker. The discard, and he's running free. Runs through a man, he might have space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Cougars come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. He's got it again. Picked up 8 yards there, 3rd down and 2. The Cougars will use their first time out here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Houston going up tempo. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Going for it all. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as a result, the defense gets the INT.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Thomas. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
To the air, it's Barnett. Here comes the heat. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on second down. He lost one down the sideline. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's open the show with Vanderbilt taking on the number 12 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Commodores, able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Farmer. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Now the play fake. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
And that's one the quarterback just has to learn from. When you're backed up like that, you've got to be able to get rid of the football. And I know he's got to scramble. He's trying to break out to the right-hand side to see if something positive can happen. But all that pursuit is coming after him. He needs to throw that thing away, live to play another play, but instead he gives up the big safety.
Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Cougars sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly, back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield is Henderson. Got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Fires downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
The run inside. It's Hughes. They'll bring him down just outside the 25 at the 26. Certainly well within field goal range. But let's see if they choose to go for it here. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. A run for the quarterback. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to run, it's Hughes. Here's a little room there. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
Hey, this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And drops hurt as it is. But when you drop it and you know you just missed out on a touchdown, those really sting. And those concentration drops, man, it makes the quarterback hesitate whether he wants to throw the football again. That is a big missed opportunity.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cougars. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. Brought it back to the 6-yard line after making the interception. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Finds his man. It's Wade. At the 35, he's got room. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Knights moving quickly to the line.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here comes the option. He'll toss it. There's some room. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Knights come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Finding open areas. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll move the wide receiver. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Knights will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll run with Watson. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
What a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out. But to be able to break on the football when it's thrown and those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
Under fire. Touchdown, UCF. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Looking for room. It's Sanford. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Wegman. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They're going to test the right side with this one. Maybe some room here. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. This Houston offense about to snap it on first down again. They'll ride the hot hand. There he goes. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Running inside. It's Sanford. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most in the fourth quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
From the red zone, it's Sanford. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row. They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking to throw, it's Henderson. Fires into the end zone. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things, because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier. Alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
Might be changing the route. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And now the lead is extended a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Giving up that last field goal really ratchets up the sense of urgency for the offense on this drive. Makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And everything's going to have to be downfield. That's a nice start to this drive, but they're going to need to score, get the ball back quickly, and score again.
Finds his man. It's Wade. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Knights headed quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Yeah, and you're just running at a time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down late in the game. Force some plays, Palmer, probably down the field.
And if you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss. But if you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws, have at it. Because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game.
Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Lets it fly. He makes a catch. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
I love when quarterbacks do that. When you go back to the guy that made a mistake earlier in the game. Earlier we saw that receiver fumble. Right away the quarterback throws him the football. Don't worry about it. I got you. We need you to win this game. And that's going to help this receiver's confidence and his mojo moving forward. Really good job there by the QB.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wide receiver. Motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Watson. Might have a chance. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Makes the catch and he's free. That completion will take it inside the 4 and the offense is threatening. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Houston offense comes onto the field. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Got his man on the outside. Great reaction by this defense, immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their second timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? And the Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way to put an exclamation point on this one. Now the Knights will call their third and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
The run inside. It's Sanford. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Touchdown, Houston! Hello! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Jenkins. Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He wants a big play here late. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get